Are you tired of feeling trapped in a cycle of unhealthy eating habits? This can feel like a carousel that never stops moving. But don't worry, because by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly what you need to do in order to break the cycle and not only improve your health, but also enjoy food and eating. We all have at one point or another dealt with unhealthy eating habits, and they can be hard to break. But there is a simple way to overcome them, and that is by creating systems in your life that make it so that unhealthy eating habits diminish naturally. So I am going to share with you a 4-step approach, and be sure to stay until the end of the video to learn the number one thing that you need to do that's going to help you change up your eating habits and improve your health. So first off, let's define the unhealthy eating habits that I am referring to in this video, because I am not addressing all of them. Eating habits include what and how we eat all of the time, every day, or even multiple times a week. And so I am going to talk about tips to help you if you are struggling in the habit of eating a lot of junk food, going out to eat every day, drinking lots of soda and energy drinks, overeating at dinner, mindless snacking while watching TV, and always turning to junk food when feeling stressed. Okay, so step 1 is we need to start by making unhealthy eating invisible. Repeat after me: out of sight, out of mind. This may sound a little extreme, especially since you all know that I am a firm believer in having balance in what you eat, but there are just some foods out there that are designed to get you addicted to them. For example, potato chips, sugary cereals, and soda. It is hard to stop eating the foods and drinking the soda, and they always seem to get you to come back and eat them again. Many of them are filled with unhealthy ingredients, and really the best thing to do is just to not keep them in the house, because you can't eat or drink what's not available. Another example is if you are in the habit of calling for takeout when you get home from work or even on the weekends. So if this is something you're struggling with, then throw away the takeout menus that you keep on your fridge or in the drawer, delete the phone numbers from your saved contacts, take them off of speed dial, and delete any apps like food delivery apps or fast food apps that you may have on your phone. You may even want to put your phone in a drawer when you get home from work, because just opening your phone cues you to start craving those foods. And if you are in the habit of snacking while watching TV, then something that you need to do is to stop storing food next to you by the couch. If you have a mini fridge nearby, then either get rid of it or move it somewhere else, like the garage. So by making these little changes and limiting your access at home to unhealthy foods, you are creating an environment where food temptations are really low or even non-existent. Now, making unhealthy eating invisible is important, but it alone won't be enough to kick the unhealthy eating habits. So next, you need to make unhealthy eating unexciting. I think one of the best ways to do this is to look at ingredient lists. Personally, I find it disgusting to see so much sugar, artificial dyes, flavorings, and preservatives in foods. They are even found in ones that you either think are healthy or that maybe are marketed to be healthy, and you really need to look at the ingredient list to figure out what's going on. And the way that I look at this is that eating a bunch of chemicals doesn't make me excited to eat the foods that contain them. Another thing is to add up how much money you spend each month on going out to eat and on food delivery services. Going out to eat isn't cheap, and paying that credit card bill feels very unexciting, especially since everything is just so expensive. Plus, you can think about how else you would rather handle that money, whether that be, spending it on better quality foods at the grocery store, or on clothes, or even saving it up for a rainy day, or even like a experience like a concert or a vacation. You can also think about how the food makes you feel after you're done eating it. Eating unhealthy foods can make you feel bloated, which makes your clothes feel tight, your stomach feels weird. It's just not really a great feeling, and nobody really wants to feel uncomfortable. And it's also important to think about health problems like obesity, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure, along with medical expenses that you may face down the road if you continue to eat unhealthy foods habitually, which not only sounds unexciting, but it also feels scary. Hey guys, I just want to take a quick moment to ask if you are subscribed to my channel yet. If not, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. I am on a mission to help you improve your health, and I would love to have you part of my community. Also, if you are looking for simple, easy to make healthy recipes, check out my cookbook. It contains some of my most popular recipes and a few new ones that I have never shared on my channel before. You can grab it on Amazon, and the link is always in the description box. So thank you, and now back to the video. Now, that being said, sometimes our emotions and feelings get the better of us, and in these moments, logic goes right out the window. So that's why we also need to make unhealthy eating difficult to do. If you remember what I said in my last video on how to create healthy eating habits, the brain wants to find easy solutions for the problems that it's facing. So we need to set up our environment and create systems in our life where unhealthy eating is difficult to do. So a couple of ways that you can do this include stop charging your food when you go out to eat and instead use cash, even at vending machines. When you use your credit card, it is easy to overorder. You may get multiple drinks, sides, and larger entrees. You can freeze breads, pastries, baked goods, and even leftovers like pizza so that you will need to defrost them before you can eat them again. Have you ever felt bored and opened the pantry and the fridge and looked for something to eat and then you just ate whatever looked quick, easy, and filling? Well, freezing these foods gets them out of sight and also makes eating them a more intentional choice instead of a mindless one. You can leave what you cooked for dinner by the stove and on the counter rather than bringing the main serving dish over to the table. If you want to have seconds, then you have to get up to go get them, which makes it more difficult to mindlessly eat. And also think about what this will cost you in the future. Habitually eating unhealthy foods will increase how much medical care you need and how much medical expenses you'll have later on. Maybe this can even cost you your future dreams. Maybe you really want to travel more, but if you are not in good health, then you may not be able to go, or you'll be limited on what you're able to do when you do get to go. Maybe you really want to be around to see your kids get married and become a grandparent and watch them all grow up. Maybe you'll want to run after them and play with your family. But if your heart isn't in good shape, then you may be limited in your ability to do so. Or maybe it's something more immediate, like eating so much sugar will cost you a good night's sleep or clear skin the next day. And drinking energy drinks may give you anxiety and heart palpitations. So by changing up your environment and also your mindset, unhealthy eating habits don't really sound as much fun as they did before. And this new change is going to help you break the cycle of unhealthy eating habits. Now, making unhealthy foods invisible, unexciting, and difficult are all important. But the thing that's really going to help you kick unhealthy eating habits is to also make them unsatisfying. The two forces that drive what choices we make are pain and pleasure. And what's important to understand is how we associate our choices to each of them. Food companies know this, and they spend millions and millions of dollars to ensure that their foods create a reward and a pleasurable effect on your brain. So unhealthy foods are designed to look good, taste good, and be addictive. But what you can do to overcome this is to create associations. For example, eating unhealthy foods can make you feel bloated and tired and experience an upset stomach, brain fog, and anxiety. So when you think of junk food or fast food, you now think of how painful it is to eat it, and because of that, you instead choose to eat at home or a pre-prepared healthy lunch instead. Another thing that is helpful is to have an accountability partner. When you tell others that you're eating healthy and you're going to stop eating junk food, you feel more committed to making healthy eating choices. Letting them down is painful, and letting yourself down is also painful because it negatively affects your self-confidence. Each time that you stay consistent and keep your commitments is extra evidence that you can present to yourself that you are the type of person who follows through on what they say. Now, as I said in the last video, you don't have to be perfect with this. And does this mean that you are not allowed to go out to eat with friends and enjoy the holidays? No. We are talking about habits. That's why I keep saying this over and over and over again. These are the things that you are doing every day or every week, not the things that happen every once in a while. When you think about sports, they don't need to score every point to win the game, but they do need to score the majority of the points in order to win. So same thing here. Life happens and you aren't going to be able to be perfect, but if you make healthy eating choices the majority of the time, you will continue to make progress and improve your health. And listen, this is not about creating an eating disorder or fearing food or having a bad relationship with your body. I'm really just trying to help you overcome habits that are not serving you well and to feel empowered that you are able to take charge of your wellness and feel good in your body and feel like you are thriving in life. Nowhere in this video did I mention counting calories, restricting consumption of carbs or fats, or even weighing yourself or losing a certain amount of weight. In fact, I highly recommend not doing any of those things. This is about taking care of yourself and nourishing your body. We have all heard the very famous quote, which is health is wealth. Your health is so important, and it's the number one thing that you should be investing in. And the number one thing that will help you break the cycle of unhealthy eating habits, and also create healthy ones too, is to ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? And do my choices help me become the type of person I wish to be? Many people don't know where to start, and that's why I made this video. So we are making little changes in lots of different areas and creating systems that help automate healthy habits and allow for unhealthy ones to go away. The longer you stay consistent with them, the more you will see your efforts compound, and you will create momentum that works for you instead of against you. And something that you can do is to figure out where you want to be and why, and then reverse engineer what you need to do in order to get there. You may need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and try new foods or learn how to cook. You may even need to learn how to grocery shop or say no to eating foods that you used to eat. For example, you got rid of the junk food at home, but you are still going to see it in the break room at work. This isn't about being the person who loses 30 pounds, but it's about being the person who is dedicated to living a healthy life so that you can feel good and be there for your family and friends. Okay, so that is how you can break the cycle of unhealthy eating habits. I highly recommend that you work on creating healthy eating habits at the same time as you are breaking unhealthy ones. You don't want to stop doing something unhealthy and leave a void. You need to fill it with something that is healthy and helpful. If you need help with this, then watch this video right here on how to create healthy eating habits. And with that, thank you so much for watching and for your support. I pray that this video really helps you in your wellness journey. And as always, stay well, my friends.